From the WYLN studios in Hazleton and all over northeastern Pennsylvania, this is WYLN News.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Paula Degnan. Hazleton police are on the lookout for two men who they say stole packages from a mailbox right before the Christmas holiday. The thieves were captured on surveillance video taking the goods from a mailbox on East First Street. The victim told authorities he ordered the package and never received it. According to the Postal Service, it was delivered December 22nd. It was taken by the suspects December 23rd around 4:30 a.m. If anyone has any information on this theft, they are asked to contact the Hazleton Police Department at 570-459-4940. A tenant thawing out pipes may have caused a fire this afternoon in Wilkes-Barre Township. Fire crews were called to Harris and Metcalf Street. They were met with fire that started in an apartment and spread to a garage that was destroyed. Firefighters from the township, Wilkes-Barre, Hanover Township, Laurel Run, and Ashley all responded to the blaze. The tenant and a pet dog escaped without injury. Water runoff quickly froze along Harris Street and East Northampton. Police closed traffic on East Northampton Street in the area of the blaze. Staying in the Wyoming Valley, a stabbing in Wilkes-Barre sent one man to the hospital on Wednesday night. That incident happened on South Franklin Street around 10 o'clock. The victim told police he was attacked by two men wearing hooded sweatshirts. He sustained a large cut to his face and was taken to the hospital for treatment. The suspects fled the scene. Police are investigating that stabbing. Back here in the Hazleton area, a Hazel Township woman is accused of taking more than $46,000 on her last day as a bank teller. 22-year-old Ashley Felix gave her 2-week notice to M&T Bank in the Laurel Mall. Her final day of work, December 8th. That is when she allegedly conducted 3 illegal transactions. She gave a man $15,000 without logging in the amount around 11:30 in the morning. She proceeded another cash transaction about half an hour later for $16,500 for another man without logging into the system. Shortly before 2, $15,000 was given to a third man. Felix now faces charges of unlawful taking and receiving stolen property. She remains free on $50,000 unsecured bail. There's no word at this time as to whether charges will be filed against the 3 males involved in those thefts. A Shikshini man with an alleged drug problem injured his mother during an argument on Tuesday night. State police were called to the residence on Main Street to reports of a domestic dispute. Helen Patsy Switek told authorities her 49-year-old son Robert pushed her after she confronted him on his alleged drug use. After falling during the altercation, she suffered a fractured hip and clavicle and was taken to the hospital. Switek was charged with aggravated and simple assault and taken to Luzerne County Prison for lack of $150,000 bail. The fatal police-involved shooting of an Old Forge man that they say robbed a bank in Luzerne County, then led them on a high-speed chase that ended in Lackawanna County, was justified. Lackawanna County DA Shane Scanlon and state police made that conclusion. 40-year-old John Souter was killed after he led state police and officers from several other departments on a 9-mile high-speed chase following a robbery at the M&T Bank in the Midway Shopping Center in Wyoming. Scanlon said the investigation showed Souter robbed the bank at gunpoint, then sped off in his car, driving erratically, running red lights, and illegally passing vehicles before he exited his car in front of the Old Forge Animal Hospital on South Main Street. That's when police say he got out of the car holding a revolver in his left hand and was seen leveling the firearm in the direction of officers. 4 officers pursuing him then opened fire, causing him to suffer a gunshot wounds to the head. He was transported to an area hospital where he later died. The saga of the Hugo Selinski homicide case will be getting national attention in 2018. An episode about the convicted killer's long journey through the justice system is the season premiere for the Investigation Discovery Channel series called Pandora's Box: Unleashing Evil. Selinski's episode is titled A Handsome Devil, according to a TV listing. The show premieres 7 p.m. on Monday. Wyln was convicted in January 2015 of double murder for the strangulation deaths of pharmacist Michael Kurkowski and his girlfriend Tammy Fassett. Wyln also famously escaped from the Luzerne County Prison using bed sheets. Local people involved in the Wyln case, such as detectives and prosecutors, were interviewed on camera by the crew of the Investigation Discovery Network earlier this year. A deer rescued this morning in Schuylkill County, all thanks to first responders. The deer, who found itself in the middle of this ice-covered pond just off Shady Lane in Walker Township. The dive team from Schuylkill Haven was called in and was able to get to the deer and help it back on its hooves. Once on land, the deer took off into the woods in Walker Township. Coming up on WYLN News, a deadly fire in New York City. Plus, a new DA was sworn in today. But first, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. More frigid temperatures. Plan ahead again for possible frozen pipes. And don't forget, bring in the animals out of the cold. Tonight, we could see some snow showers with an overnight low of 9. Tomorrow, snow showers 1 to 3 inches possible, the high 22. For New Year's Eve on Sunday, partly cloudy, the overnight low 0, and New Year's Day partly cloudy with a high maybe 17. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
It's the year-end eradication. The Berger family dealerships have joined forces with Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships to bring you the largest liquidation sale ever. We have 30 days to liquidate $10 million in new and pre-owned inventory. This is your opportunity to save thousands, maximize trade allowance, the biggest discounts, and lowest rates. Stop and shop or visit us online at BergerFamilyDealerships.com. The year-end eradication is your chance to save thousands. It's only at Berger Family Dealerships in Hazleton, where you'll find the lowest price guaranteed.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
A fire in the Bronx, New York, killed 12. That's according to New York Mayor Bill de Blasio. De Blasio said Friday that 4 people are still fighting for their lives following that fire Thursday night. A child playing with a stove apparently caused that fire in New York. The New York Police Department says those who died include girls ages 1, 2, and 7, and a boy. His age was not given. Witnesses described seeing the bodies being carried away on stretchers and young girls who had escaped standing barefoot outside with no coats. Officials say it was New York City's deadliest residential fire in decades, as it spread through every floor of a Bronx apartment building within a matter of minutes. Schuylkill County's newest district attorney has been sworn in and will take over in January. DA Michael O'Paik defeated Christine Holman in November's election. O'Paik took the oath with his wife and children by his side. The Democratic challenger unseated Holman with a 17% margin. Also, judges William Baldwin and Jackie Russell were sworn in. Baldwin sworn in for his 4th 10-year term, Russell for her 3rd. Sheriff Joe Grody was also sworn in for another 4-year term. No tax increases for residents in Weatherly. That's the word from borough officials. Borough Council voting 7-0 to approve the spending plan. The $5.3 million spending plan calls for maintaining the property tax rate at its current 6.3 mils. The biggest expense for the borough is power, since Weatherly supplies power to its residents. The borough will also in 2018 take on 2 building projects. They plan on moving the borough office along with the police station and district court offices. Moving over to Rush Township in Schuylkill County, where supervisors there approved a budget that does not have a tax increase. Property taxes will remain at 5.62 mils. The township will spend an over $900,000 during the new year and take in just over $1 million. Residents will not pay more in garbage collection or sewer fees. The supervisors will hold their reorganizational meeting 7 o'clock on Tuesday. The regular monthly meeting will then follow. The Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign was in full force over the 3-day Christmas holiday. Pennsylvania State Police troopers arrested 243 people for driving under the influence. Now that's a decrease from last year when 314 DUI arrests were made. 529 crashes were investigated, 60 of them involved alcohol. 102 people were injured in the accidents, 5 fatalities. Troopers also issued over 1,200 speeding citations, 145 seatbelt citations, and 26 child safety seat violations. And police are once again reminding drivers, plan ahead for a safe ride home for your New Year's Eve celebrations. A reminder this weekend when out celebrating the New Year holiday, do not drink and drive. Police will have extra patrols out. Coming up on Junedale's News Choice, getting ready for his Netflix debut, we have a chat with Jean Lewan in Community and You. Plus, we'll take a little trip back in time before we head into the new year. Just a reminder, tonight's Mega Millions jackpot, $306 million. Tomorrow, the Powerball, $384 million. That would be a happy new year. But first, let's take a look at today's winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck if you played. Stay with us.
Look, I may be out of line here, but I have to get something off my chest. The little guys in the shop are taking all the credit for this year's #1 request.
Service Electric's high-speed internet.
Sure, it's great. I mean, it flies, and I should know. But the little guys don't even make it.
Service Electric does.
There. Someone finally had the antlers big enough to say it. They can't tell it's me, right? Uh-oh.
Get Service Electric high-speed internet free for 2 months, including free installation. Call today or visit secb.com/holiday.
Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. It's spelled different because we are different. Physical is unlike any therapy center you've been to before. If you're tired of living in pain, if you want to move better, overcome an injury or balance disorder, or you just want to improve your strength and conditioning, our highly skilled team of medical experts will help you get back to living the life you enjoy. New mentality, new body, new life. Get physical.
At All American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we treat our customers like family.
Because to us, nothing is more important than family.
So come on in and let our family get your family into a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram.
Need a work truck or have an active family lifestyle? All-American Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram has a wide variety of inventory to choose from. It's the Big Finish event.
All-American Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Tamaqua.
Let's trade keys.
Well, he's known as the Polka King, and he's back in our area today, and we decided to stop by and talk with Jean Lewan about everything that's going on. And first of all, thanks so much for taking time to talk with us.
Yeah, well, my pleasure. I love that.
So, you're in town now, and of course, right before a big movie's going to come out that's about your life and everything that went on. So, what is the feedback you've been getting about the movie that stars Jack Black?
Yeah, actually, I'm very happy that the movie is going to be on. We already have this documentary by John Mikulek, which was step to the movie. But the movie I'm fortunate to have, which not explain, but it's showing wrongdoing up and down, and some people may make their mind about the whole situation, so, and some of them will learn, don't go that way. So
when you got to see the movie at the festival, what did you think, seeing how Hollywood portrayed you in your life?
Well, Jack Black became me. He did fantastic job, and I was coaching him for a few months, and he caught everything, my broken English, my accents, my singing. He was just 100%. And he told me that, John, I'm going to be 100% you. I born to play you. That's another thing. When they were searching who will play me, Jack Black called and said, do not search anymore for anybody. I'm born to play Jan Lewan, and that's, he proved himself on that. Yeah.
I know, reading some articles that was written about the movie and everything, when you went out to the set to film it, you actually did the handkerchief thing with him, so he would get it correct.
Yeah, well, that's another thing. Yes, they try to every little thing to try to do the way I was doing. Like you just mentioned, handkerchief, I was making little nap so they can fly. He called me on the stage and I was trying that. My things, what I was doing, ziggy-zaggy and all kinds of things, he absorbed everything. And whole crew were sure to make even little things like my music stands on the stage. Even they use few of my musicians to be in the movie, like Steve, who is here today, and that bring more true atmosphere, true story. So.
Now, with this set to release on January 12th, you guys will be doing the orchestra, and the band will be out and be seen on some national TV shows.
Yes, Jack Black wanted to promote the movie, and he accepted to be on the Stephen Colbert show January 10, and he's going to sing my polka with my band. And they hire my entire orchestra, 12 musicians. They're all going to be there. That's why another reason today we're getting here for a little reunion. It's going to be like 6-7 of us, and we will have a little lunch here before everything happens. But next day is the Today show at 10 o'clock, January 11. Also, same thing with Jack Black and my orchestra. Yeah.
So what is it like for you now, and what are you doing now post everything going on?
Well, I'm living in West Palm Beach. Occasionally I teach the piano. I try to generate some to keep going with my restitution, which I'm very faithful with that. I'm sorry for the people who lost money through all of my investment scandal, and I'm doing my, that's. Hopefully, I'm going to live long to catch up with everything possible. So I never give up, and here we go. I'm come back.
And you also will be doing, if I read correctly, a tour back to Poland.
This is already my 5th tour after prison, and this one, upcoming one, going to be my last one. Since I'm 76, so maybe I have to slow down a little bit. Although I taking care of myself as best I can. In Florida, you can do that very easy, walking every day around the lake or on the beach and bicycle. That is free, and all you can do. So
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So again, a lot going on, the movie coming out, and you still make time to come back here to the greater Hazleton area every once in a while.
Well, here it was the main purpose was to come to see my daughter Amber. I don't see her too much, and she also wish like I would spend more time. So I try my best. I try to go the high road. So. Yeah.
All right. Well, Jean, thanks so much for talking with us. And again, you can watch that movie coming out on Netflix on January 12th. I'm Gary Perna. Stay with us. More's headed your way after this.
Chur's Auto Sales has been serving the area with quality vehicles since 1954. Chur's Auto Sales is known as your friendly dealer and now in their 4th generation and voted the best used car dealer by the readers of Standard Speaker Choice Awards. John Chur would like to thank everyone that voted for his business. When you need a quality pre-owned vehicle, choose from a large selection at Chur's 570-454-7229.
Four Blooms is now open, 668 North Hunter Highway in Drums. Tuesday's happy hour from 5 until 8 in the bar area. Every Wednesday from 6 until 10 is martini night in the piano room. Sip and Savor, Thursday from 5 until 8 in the bar. And don't forget about Sunday brunch. That's Four Blooms in Drums.
Northeast Gold and Silver inside the Churchill Mall is paying cash for gold and silver. Top dollar for silver coins. National currency. Fine and sterling flatware. Stop in or call them at 570-497-4177.
Tune in each week to WYLN TV 35 to watch the #1 Hazleton-based broadcast television talk show, The Storm, hosted by Tiffany Cloud. Candidates, politicians, community leaders, and more appear on The Storm when they want to be heard. New shows air Wednesdays at 8 p.m. and these additional airtimes only on WYLN TV 35. We're your local network.
A nice way to wrap up the year. This weekend, you're invited to the Anthracite Model Railroad Club to take a step back in time. WILN's Gary Perna was invited in, and he gives us a look.
The Anthracite Model Railroad Club will be hosting an open house this weekend and next, and the members of the club want you to stop by.
The Model Railroad Club was formed some 22 years ago. Originally, a few members decided they wanted to go ahead and they wanted to form a club in the city of Hazleton, just like they had it back in the early 50s. There was a club actually in the old Hazleton train station. The club was actually formed, like I said, 22 years ago by 3 or 4 members, and their first meeting was actually at City Hall in Hazleton. Father Homer, who was the pastor at the time, Holy Trinity German Church, gave us permission to go ahead and utilize his old schoolhouse on Oak Street. That's where we actually went and built our first train layout. We moved here about 12 years ago, and after they decided they wanted to go ahead and rip that building down, and now we're here on Hanover Court.
Simkovich takes us on a tour of what you can see.
Hey, when you actually enter the front door, the first thing you actually see is the Borough of Mock Chunk. Now, the reason we say Mock Chunk is the railroad is actually modeled after the 1940s. You'll see a whole bunch of buildings down, for example, like the Asa Packer Mansion, the Harry Packer Mansion, the St. Mark's Church, the Central Railroad New Jersey Railroad Station. You'll actually see the Mercantile Building, the Lehigh Navigation Building, to say the least. Also, another interesting building down in Mock Chunk is the Hotel Juanita. You actually come up to the town of Pottsville. Underneath Pottsville is a new addition. You actually have a helix, or some 400 feet of railroad that actually corkscrews actually goes from the upper level to the lower level. You'll come into Borough Weatherly, Pennsylvania, where there's quite a few little minute scenes. One that I like to always point out is the hanging deer scene. The reason for that is, like I mentioned you, Gary, earlier, is that we actually had, my grandfather's actually on that picture. Then you see the Drift and Breaker. You'll come into the area where I'm standing in front of, which is the city of Hazleton. At that time, it just became a city. It was a borough and then became a city. The Marco building, you have the old railroad station. You have different buildings along the way you'll be able to see.
The open house will run from 12 noon to 5 p.m. this weekend and next weekend.
One thing I want to mention about our railroad is a lot of the structures, there is no kits for a lot of these buildings, and they had to be all custom built. And you actually pass through an area called Toll Valley. That's where we have a lot of higher class kits. They're highly detailed kits, and they actually go ahead and they have different scenes right inside the kits. For example, there's an area where there's two guys playing checkers. There's another area you'll be able to see HO scale pigeons. Yeah, they're actually about 1/8 of an inch tall. There's cows, there's pigs, there's so forth in that area. And then we come into Bethlehem Steel. We actually have a member here who he worked at Bethlehem Steel, and he said, I want to go ahead and do it. So we said, fine, go ahead. And he actually went and put Bethlehem Steel on the layout the way he best remembered it.
And if you can't make this open house, the doors will be open once again in April.
You still have 2 more weekends to come in and experience what it was like to live back in the early 1900s and what really Hazleton was like here at the Model Railroad Society. So come in and enjoy the sights and the sounds of times gone by, and you may be also able to catch a ride on a train.
In Hazleton for WYLN News, I'm Gary Perna.
Absolutely amazing. Wow. From all of us at WYLN TV, we wish you a happy and healthy new year. We will be back here with you on January 2nd. Just a reminder, you can check the WYLN Facebook page for the latest news. Happy New Year. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on WYLN News.
Hi, I'm Scott Wagner. If there's one thing I'm familiar with, it's taking out the trash. I started this business from the ground up. Harrisburg insiders take care of themselves, not us. I'm running for governor to clean up their mess. My plan will junk the property tax, cut wasteful spending, and put big government in the dumpster. I've taken out trash before. Career politicians are going to be real easy.
Conservative, reformer, tough. Scott Wagner for governor.
WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the Children's Programming Report is on file for public inspection at WYLN, 1057 East 10th Street, Hazleton, PA, during normal business hours, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday.
When is the best time to buy? It's now. The year-end vehicle eradication at Berger Family Dealerships.
2017 Mazda 3 Sport Sedan, buy it for only $16,590. Or 2017 Mazda CX-3 Sport, buy it for only $19,990. Or 2017 Mazda CX-5 Sport, lease it for only $149 a month.
When is the best time to buy? It's now. The year-end vehicle eradication at Berger Family Dealerships, Route 93, Hazleton.